All right, so on Monday, we graphed using x and y intercepts, right? We found the x-intercept and the y-intercept, and then we plotted those 2 points. Today we're going to learn my favorite way of graphing, and that is using slope-intercept form. Okay, so what I want to do first is I want to go through an example, again, to remind us how to graph. Okay, this equation is a little bit different because x and y are not on the same side, right? Y is by itself. Okay, but we're still going to plug it in. So what we want to do is take x and plug it into the equation. So that's going to be y equals 3 times negative 2 minus 2. What's 3 times negative 2? Minus 2 is? Negative 8. So the point here is negative 2, negative 8. And then let's do the same for the rest of them. So that's y equals 3 times negative 1 minus 2. 3 times negative 1 is? Minus 2 is? Negative 5. So negative 1, negative 5. And will you guys finish the rest on your own?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to plot these points. For x equals 0, I got y is negative 2, and I plotted that point. And for x equals 1, I got y equals positive 1 and 1, 1. So I plotted all 4 of those points and then drew a line. Is that what your guys' looks like?
Wait.
Check it. Okay, couple questions. Where does the line cross the y-axis? What's the point where it crosses the y-axis?
Negative
0, negative 2, right? Okay, so let's write that. 0, negative 2. And then we want to find the slope of the line. So let's pick 2 points and just count. I'm going to pick the bottom 2 just because it's a little bit more out of the way. Okay, so what do I count first? Up or over? Up. So we have 1, 2, 3. So that is 3 over 1, which is the same as 3, right? So I want to point out something to you guys really, really quick. Will everybody look back at your equation? I want to point something out to you. The slope is 3, right?
Yes.
What's the number in front of x?
3. Oh, that's crazy.
The y-intercept was negative 2. Do you see negative 2 in here?
That's crazy.
It will always be that way.
So that's basically our answer?
So, you have on the left-hand side slope-intercept form in a big box because I want you to write it nice and big. The form for slope-intercept, y equals, y is always going to be by itself. Okay? So if we have an equation that's y equals that slope-intercept form, slope was what was in front of x, so mx plus, and we call the y-intercept the b term. So y equals mx plus b, and we're going to label each of the things. M is your slope, right? So whatever number is in front of the x, whatever is attached to the x, that's going to be your slope. And whatever number is being added or subtracted to the end, that is your y-intercept. Always in slope-intercept form. Okay? So far, so good?
Well done.
So how do I plot using this new slope-intercept form? First thing we want to do is we want to plot the y-intercept. The y-intercept is one point that we can for sure get just by looking at the formula. Okay, or at the equation, sorry. So we take this b term, whatever's being added or subtracted, and we plot it on the y-axis. Okay? Then we count the rise and the run from the slope, and then we count the rise and the run from the slope. Okay? And we'll plot a second point after we're done counting the rise and the run. Because slope takes you from one point to the next point, right? So if we already know one point and we know the slope, we can count from that first point up to a second point. So then we have 2 points, so we connect both points with a line. Okay? So we're going to do one of these together, guys. Example 2, our equation is y equals 2x minus 1. First of all, is this in slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have y by itself, right? So the first thing we want to do is find the y-intercept, that b term. Which one was the b term?
-1.
-1, good. So it's y equals -1. So let's plot that. If that is on the y-axis, it's just going to be down one spot. Okay, because it's the y-intercept, so it's the point that's touching the y-axis. Okay, which term is my slope? The one that's attached to the x. It's not 2x, it's just a number. Okay, so the slope is 2. Okay, so the slope is just the number that's attached to the x. You don't need to include the x, so in this case the slope is 2. Okay, that's the same as 2 over what?
But what if you were to
1.
put the x? Would it be wrong?
Yes, because we're just looking for the number. Okay, so this is the, because when we're looking at slope, slope is the same as rise over run, right? So my rise is 2 and my run is 1. So I always put it over 1 so I remember to count it. Okay, so from this point, okay, so from the y-intercept, I put my pencil on there and I count my slope. My rise is 2, so I go up 1, 2, do not put a point there. What's my run? 1, so I go over to the right 1 and then I can put a point. So I count rise and run, put a point, and now I can draw a line between the two of them. Okay? What do you think? Not too bad? All right, example 3. Okay, first we need to find the y-intercept. That's the b term. So it's y equals what?
2.
Positive 2. Good. So plot that right now before we forget. It's the y-intercept, so it's crossing the y-axis at positive 2. So we just count up 2 spaces. Okay. What's my slope here? 3 over 4.
You don't have to put it in fraction.
No, we leave the fraction. Okay, what's 3? Rise or run? Rise. So 4 is run. Okay, so 3 is my rise, 4 is my run. I'm going to put my pencil on the first point that we drew. And I'm going to go up 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can draw the point. And then we put a line between the two of them. That's it.
I was trying to figure out.
Okay.
To figure out what I did.
Oh. So example 4. I want you to try it by yourself, but I did have one question. There's a negative in front of the 2/3. So which one is negative?
2 and 3.
Both? If they were both negative, then it would be a positive, right? We just take that negative and attach it to either the 2 or the 3. It doesn't matter which. I always take the negative and attach it to the top one. So the slope is going to be -2 over 3. Okay, only one of them can be negative.
Wait, if it's negative, do you still go up?
Okay, what is my
Why is -3?
-3? So everyone should have at least gotten this part, right?
Yes.
Okay, we already decided that my negative is going to be attached to the top. So my rise is -2. My run is
3.
+3. So from this point, do I go down 2 or up 2?
Down.
Down, 1, 2. And then I go right or left?
Right.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Because the 2 is negative, but the 3 is still positive. So you go to the right. And then we draw our line. Okay, and let's think about it. Doesn't this make sense? Looking at the graph, is the slope going uphill or downhill? Downhill, which means the slope is negative. So that's a way to check. Okay, so if your graph was going uphill, you would know you graphed something wrong because the slope is negative. Okay?